As a real estate agent, I've learned it's excess moisture that causes musty odors. Pro tip, use damp rid.
Oh, whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it, whip this frosting on this cake. Hey, hey. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I'm up here working on a cake. It is actually a birthday cake for one close friend of mine, and it's for her daughters. She has two daughters, and they both have birthdays. They have birthdays that are close together, so they're both Virgos. Their birthdays are close together, and she asked me could I make a cake for one cake to celebrate both of them. And I'm also going to put their picture on the cake. And while I'm decorating this cake, you guys can come on in, settle in on this lovely Saturday morning, and we can also discuss Greenleaf, which I haven't had a chance to review. You know, sometimes I be so busy, I actually been forgetting sometimes. Like, you know, I know several people who review different shows. Some people review, like, you know, they focus on maybe one show, whether it's a reality show or a primetime, you know, drama series or something like that, or whatever, you know, whatever show they review. And that's all they really have to worry about. But when you review several shows, like 5, 6 or more, sometimes you forget. You be like, dang, didn't I already review that show? And then realize you haven't. But anyway, so Greenleaf came on a few days back, and I finally got a chance to watch it. Just trying to cover this cake. Already before I got live, I already did the crumb coat, the base coat on it, and then I put that in the fridge and I let that, you know, sit for a minute so the crumb coat could get real nice and stiff a little bit so we can do the second coat. But yeah, for y'all who do follow Greenleaf, who might have watched it, as you can see in the title, we are on season 4, episode 1. And, episode 2, episode 2, I'm tripping. The premiere was last week. This week is episode 2. So, what did you think about the episode? What do you think about Grace's son? I think he's gonna be a hot mess. I think he is going to be a hot mess. A hot, bubbling, boiling mess. That dude... Okay, first of all, you know, we were trying to guess, you know, what happened. Why Grace, you know, why we just now finding out, you know, she has a son. And scraping some of this frosting off so it don't be too caked up for my picture and my decorations that I'm going to put on here. But, matter of fact, where's my scraper? Hold on. What did I do with my scraper? Hold on. Okay, here we go. My handy scraper. So, we find out that Grace... Did I do this side? Yeah, I did that side. Okay, we find out that Grace, she had a baby when her and Noah was kicking it back in the day. She had a baby, and she was 18. And I believe she said she was like, you know, on her way to college. And you know how it is. On your way to college, you in this strong church family with this strong church foundation. And they don't see fit for you to bear a child at a young age when you're not married. You on your way to college. You got a bright future ahead of you. And they don't want no children to hold you back. And not only that, but they don't want onlookers. People talking about you, talking about their family. You know. Some churches, they so serious about, you know, not breaking any godly sins. They'll put your butt out the church. They sure will. Put your butt out the church. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm just doing a basic covering. After I already did the crumb coat, doing a basic covering. And then I'm going to do the border. And as usual, the person who got me making this birthday cake, as usual, well, no, I wouldn't say as usual, but most of the time, people who ask me to decorate a cake for them, they don't really have a design in mind. They might have a color, they might have a picture that they might want me to put on there, but, you know, other than that, it's just like, just freestyle it. Just freestyle it. So that's what I'm doing today. And this cake is for, again, I said little girls. So this cake is for a little girl. And I don't think I did this side over here. This side doesn't look totally white. But yeah, so we find out that Grace and everybody who's watching, come on in. You can hit the like button, come out the bushes, and join me in this review of Greenleaf. Especially if you watch the episode. But, yeah. So, Grace, we find out that she got pregnant at the age of 18. She was on her way to college. She didn't want to have a baby. She wanted to have an abortion. But she couldn't go through with the abortion because she was like, you know how some people are. They don't want the baby, but they don't want to get rid of it. Give somebody else a chance who, you know, maybe cannot have a baby or wants more children and can't have more children. Or just, you know, for the sake of the baby, give him the life that maybe she couldn't give him, but somebody is, because, of course, kids don't ask to be brought into this world. So, she went ahead and she put him up for adoption. Now, that was good. That was good. She didn't think it would, you know, come back to get her, come back to hunt her. But as far as the son, though, after she told Noah about the baby, and, you know, because he had got the call, too, you know, from prison, somebody calling him, talking about they're his son. He was like, what? What? Who this dude is calling, talking about I'm his father? What didn't happen? Did I miss something, you know, over the years? And so when she told him how it happened, he was upset. he was, visibly upset and told her he can't believe that she never told him. And when she asked, well, did you tell your wife? He said no. He said, well, did you tell your family? Did you tell your daughter, Sophia? She said no. So they both, looking out for their families, and especially Grace. She's now pastor of the church. She's like, the preacher there now. So she has to be careful and look out for the church because, of course, she's still trying to get the church back in the hands of all her family. She's working on that, doing whatever she can. Hopefully, charity will eventually, be back, working in the choir or, working with the choir like she was before. She was minister of music before. And then, she had got, sat down from that. Basically, everybody lost their position, in the church after the scandals and, Lady Mae and her husband divorcing, Bishop James. So, she told Noah what happened, how she had gave the child up for adoption. And somehow, I guess it was an open adoption or something, where, the child could look and find out, who their real parents are if they, desire, if they want to. My thing is, he contacted both of them, contacted both of his parents. Where are his adoptive parents at? Like, we haven't got into that. I don't know if they're dead or if they were bad parents or, if he just don't get along with them because he's in prison. We don't know why he's in prison yet, which is something I've been wondering about. Like, why Grace and them didn't look up and find out why he was even locked up. But Grace, she offered to help the young man and try to help him out and get him on his feet because he's soon to be released. But she's talking about, okay, so you need a place to stay. You obviously need, transportation. You obviously need money. He's like, yep. I'm like, boy, I don't know if Grace is letting him talk to her like that because of the fact that she gave him up and she feels guilty. But I was like, why is he talking to her like that, and why is she allowing him? I mean, I know he's in prison, and some prison cellmates, they might not, worry too much about how they talk, they dialect, and all that. They might talk a little slang, because they're in prison, try to talk all hard all the time. Yeah, what up, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't be really thinking about grammar, basically. I gotta make sure I get on my edges. On a cake, when it comes to a square cake, or a rectangle cake, or octagon shaped cake, any cake with corners, you have to take your time. Because when you go around them corners, sometimes the icing that you are trying to spread to the side from the straight part, it sometimes fades a little bit. So you have to be careful going around the corners like thus. And I have to hit this other corner. I gotta check my other corners. I think they were already good, but just double check. Scrape the side. Yeah, round layer cakes are a lot easier to decorate. That's for sure. Because you just go around the cake and around the cake and you just swirl the frosting around the cake. But with layer cakes, with square or rectangle cakes, you have to be a little bit more careful. with detail. But this is going to be a really cute cake. I can't wait till I'm done with it. I'm going to add a little color to it because it is a girl cake. It's a cake for a girl. And besides kitty cakes, cakes for females is my favorite cakes to decorate. Okay, I'm about done with this. Trying to smooth it out a little more. Okay. Okay, yeah, let me get this corner over here. That corner is cool. But yeah, so he was on the phone talking to her, and he was all rude. I was like, what the heck? And now, I know this is your son, and he might feel, guilty. I mean, you might feel guilty because you done gave him up. But, she better check that right now. Because when Lady May find out, and if he's still talking like that, when he comes around Lady May definitely gonna check it. Sure. Lady May ain't gonna care if he was given up for adoption, if he was locked up for most of his life. She is not gonna care. Sure, the same way she do with them girls, with Sophia and Zora. That's how she's gonna be with him. And it's her grandson. She gonna want that respect. So he better get used to it. But let me work on this border now. Yeah, he better get used to it, honey. Because most likely, what I think is gonna happen, Grace, she done just coughed up like $100,000 because of the fact that what's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy, the dark-skinned guy who told her and her brother that they can no longer send the kids to the summer program because it's too costly. They trying to cut back. Of course, where it benefits them. This is one of those churches where they have a lot of different churches, and they're primarily focused on making money. That's what their primary goal is. Their primary goal is to make money. They're taking over all these churches, especially the churches that people can no longer take care of or manage or afford. It's kind of like a doggone McDonald's. Got all these chain of churches, this fleet of churches, and their most concern is money. Oh wow, it just started raining really hard, y'all. I hope it don't start lightning and stuff. And this might be a bad thing because, oh God, I hope it clears up. Because remember the festival is today? The festival where I'm supposed to do my cake decorating class? That's today. And I don't know if y'all can see behind me too well, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 mini cakes. 12 mini cakes. You can see like a few of them on the stove. You can see a few of them on the stove. But yeah. Let me put this little border around the cake. But what was I saying? Yeah, as far as the festival, it's supposed to be an inside-outside festival. And it's for a nursing home. And it's for the residents of the nursing home, but it's also for their family members, children, family and friends, children, of the people who live at the nursing home. and also, the employees. So a lot of people are supposed to be coming, and they're going to have like bouncy houses and, all kind of stuff for the kids, face painting, snow cones, just stuff like that. Things for the children. But as far as the bouncy house, that's supposed to go outside. And as far as the face painting, of course, they probably would prefer for that to be outside too, because face painting can get a little messy sometimes, especially when you're dealing with kids. But son, it just started raining really hard, so if you're about to leave, you need to be careful out there. My son is going to HOCO tonight. Homecoming. For those who don't know what HOCO is. But he's already graduated from high school. He's in college now. And of course, you guys, I'm going to show you the cake. Every so often I'm going to lift the cake up so you guys can see what I've done so far. Right now I'm just working on the bottom border. But he's going to HOCO with a female friend. She asked him to her homecoming dance tonight. So he's looking forward to that. And he has to go pick up a corsage. He went and ordered it yesterday, because I told him make sure he does it in advance, because one thing I do remember from my oldest son, and when we had to do all this stuff for him when he was in high school, was that those things sell out really fast around prom and homecoming. So he ordered it the other day. He's got to pick it up today, and now it's out here raining like crazy. But the forecast just said 20% rain, and it said mostly sunny and humid. So at first I thought little splatter there. At first I thought that the festival was going to be outside. And I was like, oh Lord, this ain't going to be good, because they talking about rain. And then on top of that, we talking about cake decorating. So, my little cake decorating class that I'm going to give at the nursing home today. And I'm like, if it's going to be humid, like really humid and hot, outside is definitely not where you want to do a cake decorating class. Because with buttercream frosting, heck, buttercream frosting or whipped cream frosting, definitely is like something you don't want to teach somebody to do outside in the humidity. But even on a normal basis, you don't want to let me get a smaller, you don't want to do that outside because it's just too hot, and the buttercream, the frosting will be warm. So I did a big border on the bottom. Now I'm about to use a star tip. Let's see what size, 21. Star tip 21 to do the top border. Now I made a lot of frosting for this cake, but I'm going to have to make a whole bunch more, because again, I have like 12 mini cakes behind me that I'm taking to the nursing home so I can teach it's not going to be a skilled class, it's going to be something like, hold on 1 second. It's going to be for like a basic cake decorating class. Because again, we're dealing with elders, and we're dealing with children, and any other adult, whoever wants to participate can. But I only got 12 cakes. So, you know. So it's going to be like a first come, first serve. I wanted to do something like maybe 6 elderly and maybe 6 children, or, you know, whoever else wanted to, you know, join in. But just working on this border on the top of the cake. Using a shell tip 21 to do this border. But yeah, okay, so back to Grace. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked with the rain and thinking about my son out there driving his new car that we just got for him, you know, like a week ago. So anyway, what do you guys think is going to happen when Lady May and Bishop James find out that their grandson, who Grace gave up when she was 18, is back in their presence? And what I was saying earlier about Grace, as far as the money factor, she had actually coughed up $100,000 to pay for the camp, because the church, they don't see the camp being a necessity, or, you know, something that the children should attend. They think that they, you know, they don't need that particular camp, you know, especially with the amount of money that it costs. And let's see, which side is the most smoothest? I do this side. This side looks to be the most smoothest. Yeah, they're like, they don't think the camp is necessary. So she coughed up out of her own pocket to pay for the camp $100,000. And then her son, who just, you know, pops up out the blue. Here's the picture I'm putting on the cake. You can see it. 2 different girls. So, I'm walking over here because I have to wet the back a little bit so that I can put it on the cake and wash my hands. Wet my hands. So 1 second while I get this picture for the cake. Have to be careful with these things. Gotta be very, very careful. Yep. Okay, and as usual, if y'all seen me decorate before, when I put a picture on the cake, I usually use like my armrest or the bottom of my wrist to flap the cake down, just in case there is even the smallest amount of frosting on my hand. or color. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, I got the picture on there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch tips because I'm going to make some rosettes. I'm going to make some white rosettes, and then I'm going to add some color. But yeah, when Lady Mae finds out that that child that her daughter had is back, you know, in their family, and this, I think she'll think that it can probably jeopardize her and her husband, Bishop James, getting their hands back on the church. That's what I think. I think she is going to be upset. She might flip the doggone script. Lady Mae might flip the doggone script. Because she wants her hands back on that church so bad. You know, Lady Mae wanted to be the pastor of the church. Stand up while I do this. Lady Mae wanted to be the pastor of the church. That didn't quite happen. So, the only person they saw fit, you know, the people over the church, was Grace. Lady Mae, she wanted the church really bad, but it wasn't happening. It was not happening. Now, I think what I'm going to do is put rosettes on either side and then do the flowers. Okay, I got an idea. See, when I freestyle, I don't always know what I'm going to do. I have like an idea, but I don't always know what I'm exactly going to do. But yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some flowers right here. Just doing some pretty rosettes. All white. Go around. Then I'm going to do a second layer. Gotta make sure you put some on the border of the picture, because the frosting on the border of the picture helps hold down the picture. So yes. Okay, now I'm gonna do a little border. Ooh wee! I think I'm gonna have to turn the cake around. This is gonna be so pretty, you guys. Hold on one second. Okay. And then do the other side. Okay, cool. Perfect. Perfect. Y'all know I get excited when I decorate cakes. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. But anywho, so Grace, she paid $100,000 in order to pay for the camp, because again the church felt like, that's too much money, there's no need for it, They don't need to be spending that type of money. And whatever they need that they're missing, the church could, teach them or whatever they need, because they were thinking about, diversity and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that go. But one thing that I wanted to mention was how Jacob had told Grace, when she offered to pay all that money for, the kids to continue at Blue Lake. Where you get all this money from, sis? I'm like, where? I would like to know, like, where he get all that money from. Because, last season, they was on a struggle. Like, for real. Where's my other tip? Hold on. They was on a struggle, like, for real. And so for her to have $100,000 in her possession to donate to the church, to Blue Lake, so they can continue going to the Blue Lake camp. Jacob was like, well, at least there's somebody in the church. At least there's somebody in the family who actually knows how to save money. But okay, now we're about to add a little color to it. A little color to the cake. And actually, I might need a few more tips. I don't know why I didn't get a few more. But, I'm just spreading these colors throughout the cake. I'm about to fill this up with these cute little. Now these is Russian chips. This what I'm using now is a Russian tip. I'm gonna give you the tip number in a second. But for now, I'm just trying to fill up as many spots as I can, because I'm going to be using 3 different colors. Then I got, did I get some green? Yep, I got some green. Oh, this light is so bright, y'all. Okay, I don't want to overflood it with too much pink. I know they girls, but I put some more colors in here too. Okay. All right. Now, what I'm gonna have to do is get some more tips, because I just realized since I got 3 colors, I need 2 more tips. But anywho, when we get back, we're gonna discuss Jacob and Dante. All right. Can y'all see this cake? I know it's lower than the. I have to have the screen far back in order to for y'all to actually see me actually decorating the cake. But let's see what I do with my. Okay. So Yes, I am using a Russian tip, and let's see, I can't see the number because it's under the white covering, but I'll let you know the numbers that I'm actually using shortly after I'm done with the cake. But, and matter of fact, the cake is due at, the cake is actually due at 3, but my friend who asked me to make the cake for her daughters, she let's see here which one I want to use next. I told her that I have to be at a cake decorating class. So, since that's at 1 o'clock, she told me, I told her, can she get it at, 1 or at 12 or something like that. So she said yes, that would be fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call her as soon as it's done. And then I'm going to get ready to go to the nursing home. I love these Russian chips. I can't wait to show y'all when I'm done. Okay, can't put too much. So I'm trying to spread the colors out. But how do y'all feel about the guy that Dante is representing? That guy, that Jacob is representing. Dante is the guy who played for the Red Devils, for the Memphis Red Devils. And his mother realized that, he might need somebody to guide him or help guide him because he is spiraling out of control. So his mother, was like, okay, let me talk to Jacob at the church and see if he can possibly, benefit from him being a mentor to him. Now, Jacob, when he went to visit Dante was up there. He's young. He's young. You can expect that from young people. Young people who come across a lot of money, especially when they get a contract for sports or music or, something like that. Lord. Lord. They sometimes lose their mind. And they be up there buying everything and shopping and whining and dining and drinking and splurging and, doing a lot of stuff that, of course, their family members and their accountant and probably attorney tell them not to do. Hey, silly mommy for life. How you doing, sweets? I'm just up here decorating this cake for my friend's daughter's little birthday cake. And discussing green leaf. Now, what did you say? You said the screen is kind of far away. You said, I need to catch up. Haven't seen this season yet. Hello, everyone listening and cleaning up. Oh, thank you. That's cool. Feel free to listen while you clean up. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. But this season, right now, the main part that they focus on so far that I can tell is just getting the church back into the hands of everyone in the family. Now, this guy that Jacob's working with right now, I think he's bad for business. I really do think he's bad for business. This guy is all about self. And I don't know if he was really being honest when he told Jacob that, the real reason why he offered them that check, that extra cash, was just to see if he was as good or respectful or, as his mother told him. Because his mother referred him to Jacob and told him, I think this is who you need to deal with. Somebody that be beneficial in your life, help you get on track. And he offered him that $10,000. He was like, you know what? I don't want you all up in my business. And we know how it goes. When you have a manager or somebody, somebody help you try to finance your money or keep you on track, a lot of times the client, not the client, but the actual person who's hiring them, they don't really want them all in their business. They really don't. So they want them to like overlook some of the stuff that they're doing wrong because they're paying them. And since they're paying them, a lot of the managers or people, who's supposed to help them be responsible, they overlook it because of the dollar. Because of the dollar. Oh yeah, this is real cute. This is really, really cute, y'all. I'm going to show y'all soon what it looks like. Got a lot of color. At first, when I was requested to do this cake, they told me they wanted a white cake. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'll do an all white cake. And they said they didn't want any dark colors. They didn't want any dark colors. So I'm like, okay, I'll make sure the cake is all white. But then they were like, no. You can add some color to it. Something to make it pop. Just don't do nothing, too bright. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. Trying to brighten it up. Make it real pretty for the girls who the cake is for. Okay, I think I'm gonna put a little more yellow in there. Just a little bit more yellow. Just trying to cover up some of the blank spots. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in the roses. But, yeah. So, I think he's going to be bad for business. This, Dante guy, and the reason why I say that is because the way he's acting when he was talking to them people, get out of my car. What's wrong with you? Sit in the back. He talking to, it seemed like they was his friends, but he was talking to them like they his flunkies. And then on top of that, we know Jacob's daughter got her eyes set on Dante. She got her eyes set on that doggone Dante. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, please do not let her get involved with that boy. Because that would be all bad. That would be all bad. She's already, she was already in one relationship with that boy who was beating on her. And in this case, the way Dante is acting, the way he acting out, and talking to Jacob and trying to give him money to allow him to do whatever he wants to do and to turn a blind eye, basically. I'm glad Jacob didn't fall for it though, because if Jacob would have fell for it, the next thing that boy would have wanted him to do was not only turn a blind eye, but also probably lie to his mother. And let his mother think that, you know, everything is all cool and her son is better and he's on the right track and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm glad that Jacob did that, but how long do you think Jacob is going to refuse money? How long? I don't know, because Carissa's on his butt. His wife Carissa is on his butt about getting out of the house. Because she don't like living there. You know she don't like living there with Lady Mae. She do not like living there with Lady Mae. She wants her own crib like they used to have. And she was even talking about selling the church land. And he was like, we not doing that. You come on now, baby. You think we really gonna sell the church land? And she told him, I really don't need, you know, your permission, because my name is on the title too, or the deed too. So technically speaking, she can't just like buy him out per se. But I don't know. As far as the money thing go, with that guy offering him, you know, money to keep hush hush about his extra curricular affairs. I don't know if he might be like, you know, for the sake of Carissa getting off his doggone back and for him getting their own place. I don't know if he might be like, dang, she's getting on my everlasting nerves. Let me do something for this woman and get her out my mama house. You know what I mean? So, we shall see though. Now I'm going a little extra on this cake than what was requested. And that's not something that's uncommon for me, because I love cake decorating. So I remember one time this guy at my church, he was like, I want a cake for my wife, but I just want a basic cake. I just want a chocolate cake. I don't need no fancy stuff. He said, I don't need no fancy stuff. Because, you know, he's seen my work before. I didn't make cakes for my pastor, for different people in the church, for fundraisers in the church. So he's seen my work before. And he was like, I don't need all that fancy stuff. Just make her a cake. I was like, well, first of all, I don't do basic cakes. If you want a basic cake, go to somebody else. I'm not even going to waste my time on it. Because one thing about my work on my cakes, I like for my work to represent how I really feel about my craft. And if I'm making a basic cake, that is not going to show anybody how I really feel about my craft. And let's say he takes this cake and not only gives it to his wife, but they have a party and people are like, who made the cake? You know? Who made the cake? And then he tell them who made it, and they be like, oh, okay. You know, it's a basic cake. It's cool. It's nice. You know. But I'm like, if you want a basic cake, go to a store that doesn't do custom cake decorating, or have somebody in your family make it, or sir, you try to make it yourself. But yeah. And I didn't mean no disrespect. You know, I didn't say it like, you know, I'm just dragging it out right now. I'm just dragging it out. But but y'all know what I'm saying. I was like, I don't do basic. Little extra frosting across the top. But yeah, I was like, I don't do basic. What you talking about? One thing that I love to do, again, is cake decorating. This, to me, is not work. And that's why, one of the reasons why I really love to do it is because, to me, it's not work. It's just something I like to do. So, a lot of times, I'll go a little overboard, a little extra when I'm decorating, because it's what I like to do. It's what I like to do. So I have a lot of color left, so I'm going to use some of the color on the side of the cake. Let's see, this is yellow. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, Dante. Yes, okay. Okay, Dante and Jacob. This is what I was saying as far as Dante and Jacob goes. With him being the way he is, I can see him being abusive. I really can. Like, I can see Zora getting back into the same exact situation. Zora likes, obviously, celebrities. Because the last guy she was with, remember, he was a singer? And he was on tour, and he always wanted her to be with him while he's on tour. And so, he was really possessive and aggressive and abusive and disrespectful to her, her parents, you know, everybody around her. And I can see Dante being the same way. But it's like, why do she like these type of guys? I don't get it. Like, your father, I don't know to what extent she knows about her father cheating on her mother. I don't know to what extent she knows about that. But as far as being abusive, though, her father has never been abusive, as far as I can recall, to her mother. So I don't know why she's into those type of guys. I really don't. I really don't know why she's into those kind of guys. And if she gets with Dante, her father might wind up in jail. Might wind up in jail this time. Because last time, you know, he was being strong. You know, he was trusting in the Lord, doing a lot of prayer in order to not, you know, flip all the way out and beat the brakes off of her ex, the one who had took her out of town and was being really, you know, abusive to her. So I don't know. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. And then as far as Sophia, when Grace had told Sophia, when she finally sat her down and told her about her brother, the child that Grace gave away, Sophia was pissed and called her a hypocrite and everything, because she told Sophia, don't tell nobody, you know, keep this between us. We don't want the church to find out, you know, stuff like that. And Sophia was like, what? You hypocrite. You hypocrite. How dare you? How dare you? You have a baby. You want us to keep it a secret? You want us to keep it a secret from the church, from other people? And then when she found out that her mom was only trying to support the young man, you know, till he can support himself. Hey, Ask April. Hey, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you, Ask April. I'm actually almost done. I'm just putting a little finishing touches on this cake. This cake for my friend's daughters. and discussing Greenleaf at the same time, the TV show. But yeah, Grace, when she told her daughter about it, her daughter was furious. She was upset. She was like, this guy might be reaching out to you because he needs help and he needs money and transportation and a home, when he gets out of prison. But don't you really think he wants his mother? Like, you gave him up when you were 18 years old and he came back into your life. So she was pissed off and told her mom she didn't want to drive her and drop her off to college anymore. She stormed out the house and left. And Lady May was, of course, what's wrong? Why she's pissed off? Why she's driving that far by herself? Why aren't you taking her? You talk to me. She was like, she basically just told her, she just stormed off in the house and left. But how you doing, April? You said I need to get hip to these shows. Girl, I be on these shows, honey. I be on these shows. I sure do. It's kind of hard for me to keep up sometimes because because of the fact that I do so many shows and I got several jobs and I'm a personal custom cake decorator and I be trying to keep up with the shows as best I can for my viewers and stuff who likes the same shows that I like. So, But I'm about to try to lift this cake up without dropping it so y'all can see the finishing touches. So, if I drop it, I'm blaming it on y'all. I sure is. I'm going to blame it on y'all. Like, blame it on the YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Let me know if y'all can see it okay. I already showed y'all the pictures of the girls. So that's the pictures of the girls. Here's a little flower. Little flowers. Here's the side. Here's the other side. So that's basically it. That's the cake. Woo, that thing is heavy. Woo, Jesus. Lord, that thing is heavy. But yes, this is the cake that I made. Let me give y'all one more look. It says, happy birthday to my beautiful Virgos. Alright, there you go. Okay, so I'm about to box this bad boy up. and put it in the fridge and let it chill. She should be here. My friend, one of my friends I went to school with in high school, we graduated together. Those pictures, as you can see, two different girls. One of them is a teenager, the other one's young. They both Virgos. So she was like, can you please hook a sister up? With a cake for my daughters. So, yep. That's what I did. So, I'm about to call her and let her know it's ready. And then I have to get ready. I have to change and get cleaned up again because my cake decorating class starts at 1 o'clock at the nursing home. I'm about to go teach some basic cake decorating skills to some elderly residents, whoever wants to participate. It's a festival. It's going to be all kind of stuff from bouncy houses to face painting to snow cones. I mean, there's all kind of activities for the children. And the one of the activities people, the director, have been asking me for a long time. Thank you, April. I appreciate it. And I was like, you said Jane of Jack of Trays. Yes, honey. Jack of Trays. I'm telling you. I'll be trying to do it. Matter of fact, let me grab this box real quick. I actually have to take a picture of it first. But here's the box. But anyway, let me clear up some things because I'm going to have to take a picture of this cake first. But yeah, so the director had been asking me to do a class at the nursing home for the residents. But I always have so much going on, and I told her I will as soon as I get her free time. And so since I was off of work this weekend and only had one cake order to do, which is this beautiful cake right here, I told her I can come to the festival and do a mini cake decorating session. Yes, that's what I'm going to do for the residents and any little kids that might want to participate. And I have 12 little cakes. I have 12 little personal mini cakes that I made. And they are on the stove and on the counters. I got 6 strawberry. I got 6 white cakes. Just the miniature ones. You can see them a little bit on the corner of the stove right there. I got 6 right there. And then I got 6 strawberry on the side. But anywho, so I'm about to make a whole bunch more frosting. This frosting that I made for the base color of the cake I just made, I made 2 pails. In my you can see on my counter my blender, my KitchenAid. I made 2 pails of white because I had to use some of it to make colors for the cake. So now I have to refill that so I can have enough frosting to go around when I get to the nursing home. I gotta be there at 3. It is almost noon, so I'm about to get off this live, y'all. I'm about to get off this live. I do appreciate everybody who came in and joined me while I was decorating the cake. I haven't decorated live for you guys in a month, and I try to do it at least once a month while I'm doing a review. So thanks for tuning in to the review, watching me decorate the cake. You said you gotta get study. You said I gotta get study a move through the YouTube streets, but it sounds your Saturday is going to be lit. It is, actually after I, deliver this cake, or actually she's picking it up. So after this cake is out, then I have to get dressed, get down to the nursing home. The festival is only a few hours. It's only a few hours. After that, I'm coming back home. Me and my sister friend, we have another channel that most of y'all already know about. It's called Da Hood Table. DA space Hood space Table. Da Hood Table. That's our collaboration channel. So a lot of times over there we do movie reviews. We talk about stuff that has to do with family, the neighborhoods, trending news, things like that. So we're going to see the movie It. We're going to see the movie It this evening. So my friend is like, oh my God. She gonna be scared out her, but it's okay. I'll be there for her. I love scary movies. If y'all don't know already, I love scary movies. So we're going to review that movie and probably be on the Hood Table either Sunday or Monday evening. But you said you do a very good job retelling the show. Oh, thank you so much, silly mommy. I try to. I really try to. Y'all know I done said plenty times before how I started doing reality show reviews was because a lot of times when I used to watch others do the reviews, they wouldn't hit on a lot of stuff, or they never gave detailed, or sometimes they got the information wrong, like names and places and things and every other adjective. I'm just playing, but and I was like, I think I can do something like that. I think I'll be good at doing TV show reviews, and I'm not just gonna give no 5-10 minute segment. I want to give a real review of how I really feel and let people tell me how they really feel about the reviews, about the TV shows. So that's what I did. Yeah. yes, it'll be either Sunday night. It'll be on the Hood Table, asked April. So make sure you sub to the Hood Table. Is DA, not the It's kind of a flip of the red table. You know, Jada Pinkett Smith is kind of a flip of the red table. It's the hood table. D-A hood table. So if you guys aren't already over there, make sure you go over there, hit that button, hit that notification bell, so that y'all can receive the notifications. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to get off of here. Y'all see I'm a mess. When I decorate cakes, I be having frosting and color all over me. So I literally have to get undressed and take a shower and get redressed so I can go to this nursing home and host this class. Teach this little class and teach people how to decorate a cake. And then they get to eat the cake. They get to eat the cake, anime. After it's done, they get to eat the cake. Let me show y'all these cakes. Hold on. These nice size personal cakes now. This is one of the white ones. This is one of the white ones. So, you know, this big around is 6 inches. It's domed at the top. You know, cakes dome at the top. And, you know, when you do a professional cake decoration, you have to chop the dome off to the side and make it flat all the way across. Flat. So I have to do those. I have to chop the tops off of them. But still, that's a lot of cake for one person to have. It's one layer. It's a 6-inch cake. This is the size that you would normally do for a smash cake, except for it would be like 2 layers. So a smash cake is generally one of these cakes. Chop the top off, make it flat, frost it, put whatever in between you want, then put a second layer on it, another 6-inch cake. And that's basically a smash cake that some people buy for their 1-year-old birthday parties for their kids, or sometimes they'll order a regular size cake, a sheet cake, or they might order a tiered cake, you know, a big fancy cake, but they want their kid to have their own little personal cake. So 2 of these stacked on top of each other equates a smash cake. And the kids just smash at it, throw it, play in it, you know. Y'all know what a smash cake is. But anyway, so I got 12 of these, so 12 people will be learning how to decorate, basic decoration, cover the cake, coat the cake, and I'm going to have all kind of different tips and pipes and all that kind of stuff. So help them, you know, do some rosettes, pipe with the star tip. The star tip, you can do like, oh my God, 5, 6 designs at least on a star tip. So I'm gonna show them all kind of different things to do with that tip. But yeah, so, and again, because of HIPAA, I'm going to record, but I'm not going to post everything. So I'm going to have to do a lot of editing, because I have to make sure that the residents who cannot be in video will not be on video, but everything else that I can actually post on my YouTube channel, I will do that, you know, soon as I get the chance to edit it and post it. So with that being said, I hope y'all have a wonderful Saturday. If I don't hear from y'all or talk to y'all tomorrow, have a wonderful Sunday as well. Stay safe, be blessed. Thanks for coming in. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And I'm out. Deuces.